sound. Hello, everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
All right, how you doing?
Right. Getting the screen all set up because it got messed up somehow. Not sure how I want this all set up. I need a neat. Let's. I'm just some transitions because I got that there in the middle of there, and those buttons be like that. Okay, got that set up. Can't think of anything. Have you been up to anything exciting since last week?
Absolutely nothing.
Trying to think if I've been up to anything exciting, but I haven't. I haven't been playing Final Fantasy VI, which is something I need to do. So I think I'm going to try this week to get back into that. See if I can stream that on Wednesday, and maybe even earlier in the day tomorrow, or Thursday, or Friday, and this weekend. Or no, I can't do it this weekend, but hopefully during the week I can. So, yeah. So hopefully we can get that sorted. Just kind of want to zoom some of these things. They're a bit zoomed in. I don't know. This is also weird. Anyway, what if I did a vertical layout here? Ooh, I don't like that. Okay. I am done delaying. It's puzzle time.
Yep.
Drag that over there. And we can get started with the first puzzle. Alright, what number am I thinking of? Heart. By... I'm not sure how I would pronounce that. BR1312TE.
No clue.
No idea. Pick 5 digits from 1 through 9. Place those 5 digits in each row, column, and box. Slow thermometers, starting from the bulb, digits on a gray thermometer must either increase or stay the same. Digits can never decrease. Property dots, digits connected by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio. Digits connected by a red dot are in a 1 to 3 ratio. Love, Brigitte. Is that Brigitte?
Gita maybe or Brid. I don't think it's Bridget. I'm pretty sure it's probably Brigitte.
Brigitte? Okay. So, BR, and then 1 is I, 3 is G, I, 1 is I, and there are 2 T's. And then E. Maybe? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. A 1 to 3 ratio means we've got 1, 2, 3. 1 would go to 3, 2 would go to 6, and 3 would go to 9. But otherwise,
Well,
that
and since the
digit is there.
thermo increases, or stay the same.
Yeah, slow thermos.
Well, box 1 of row 2 goes in, yeah.
Well, red has to be one of these two, because it can't be any of these three. So that one's not red, this one's not green.
Okay, we'll give column 1 2 more colors and
Yellow and purple. I'll put yellow next to red.
well, in row 4, the 3 that are in the center have to be red, blue, or blue, yellow, and purple. That means green.
Right. I guess I could have looked at that earlier,
Mm-hmm.
since those two had to be these two.
And for
And
columns 2 and 3, green has to be in the top 2.
you say here.
Yeah. So in I guess box 1, the last cell is either, well, it's not purple, blue, red, or green. So
So
it's
it
got to be
must be
yellow.
yellow.
The last 2 there in column 5 are purple and yellow.
Purple, blue. Red, green. Yellow, purple.
It can't be red. Red in the column or in the row.
I meant to click green.
Okay.
This can't be green.
That just can't be red or green. And the last 2 are blue and purple. Now, okay. In the thermo on the left, yellow is the bulb.
Yeah.
So you can't have yellow as the tip. 1, 1, 1, 1. I guess it could be. No, it couldn't be because
Well, these three could all be the same.
right.
But I don't think they could be blue. Because blue's up here.
And red comes before blue.
Yeah. And we know that red and blue are different because they're in the same box. So these can't be blue, because if they were, it would go to a different digit and then to blue. But it doesn't matter what red is. It can't be smaller than blue, because then it would break the thermo. And if it was larger than blue, then it would break the thermo going here. But we could put purple in either of these, and a red here. If this was yellow, or if that was yellow, we know blue is larger than yellow, because they're different.
Right. If that's yellow, then those all have to be purple.
Yeah. If we have blue here, that would have to be purple. And these would both have to be blue.
Right.
I have a feeling this is what we're supposed to look at. So if this is blue, then the yellow gets removed. And if either of these are yellow, then blue gets removed. Well, I guess another thing to consider...
All right. If the second one up, on the right, if that's yellow,
Yeah.
the first one has to be purple. The next one would have to be blue, but then you can't have anything for the last, going up the thermo.
Okay.
That cannot be yellow.
Yeah. And if this was yellow, these would both be purple also.
Which makes yellow to the left of it.
And now, whatever this is, these two are the same. They are not this. If this is yellow, these are all purple. Oh wait, if this was yellow, then those are both purple. So that can't be yellow. And that can't be purple. So that's not yellow, so this one is. Red, blue, purple. This is the only one that can be green. Green and red. So red's out, and now red's in. Yellow, yellow, red, red, blue. And red and yellow are in a 1-to-2 ratio.
Now, yeah, because a yellow is smaller than red. 1, 2, 4, 3.
Blue and purple are in the 2-to-1 ratio. So that takes out 5, 7, and 9. Okay. We know that these two are the same because of this. And we know that these two are the same because of that. So these three are the same. They're either all blue or all purple. And if these two are the same, that's because that one is the same as those three. But blue and purple are in a 2-to-1 ratio, so we know this isn't a 9.
Yeah, I was going to say blue and purple can't be 9. And they can't be 1. Because blue can't be 2. So
Right.
purple can't be 1. And since that can't be 1, green can't be 2. Oh, no, it could. No, yeah, because 2 and 6. Never mind.
2, 6 pair, 3 and 9. This one cannot be 3 because 3 and 1 or 3 and 9. Well, red can't be 8 now because blue can't be 9. Which means yellow can't be 4. We know that between green, blue, and purple, one of them is 1, 2, 3. Which pairs with yellow. If this was 2, 6,
Blue can't be 8 because if blue was 8,
purple would have to
well,
be
no,
4.
because then those would all be blue. Those would all be purple.
Yeah, but this one would have to be 4.
Yeah.
So 6 gets removed as well. And so this
3 from the
3.
yellow.
So now 2 is required. It's either 1 and 2 or 2 and 4. So 2 and 6 gets removed. This is a 3 regardless. So this has to
That
be a
becomes
3,
a
6
3, 6.
pair.
So 4 comes off of blue.
And then all of these are 6. Which means this is a 6 because these are 3. So these are all purple. 6. 3. 2. 1. That was an interesting puzzle. Master Germany. And you'd think I would remember what I'm supposed to do here in order to do all of this stuff.
First one.
It's interesting that Brigitte has apparently done a bunch of these. Oh, 3. Was it an easy puzzle?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty straightforward. Alright. And of course, I forgot to put the puzzle link in chat. Go ahead and link here. Alright, well that one's done. So now we have box O donuts. Remember the chat first. Alright, box of donuts by Hexadoodle. Normal Sudoku rules apply. A donut is a 4x4 region with the center 2x2 cells removed and the rest filled with tasty digits. Okay. Place 4 identical copies of the same donut in the grid without overlapping, reflecting, or rotating. Digits on the thermometer increase from the bulb end. What? Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Without overlapping? Oh. I guess I don't know how to add. Well,
But it would have to
let's...
be over 1.
Yeah.
And that would have to be down 1.
Right. So then it would have to go here. And now I've run out of space.
Okay. Red comes down, blue goes up.
Is it possible to do it any other way? I mean, we started with red up here. I mean, I'm assuming no, because we started with red up here.
Well, what happens if blue is in the top right corner?
I mean, it would just be a reflection.
Yeah, and then green and yellow don't fit.
It wouldn't matter if we moved this over to be here. There's still not enough space unless we scoot this one in. So I think those have to be, it's not possible to make it any other way.
If
I guess we
red
could
was to the
put this
right,
one here.
yeah, that one's red, blue, yellow, and green.
So we have this version. That version. Which is impossible to tell the difference. However, I guess one thing that's interesting is the spots where the donut can't go.
Yeah, I was seeing that.
But I guess that sort of makes sense because it couldn't go in the corner. And so that removes all four corners. And then this donut is either here or it's shifted up and right one. Which makes it look like that. There's just not enough space.
No.
I'm always worried I forget to think of something.
Right.
Well, one thing I've just noticed is that all of these other digits are 1 through 8.
Yeah.
Makes me think this has to be 9. The top right corner has to be one of those two.
All right. Go with the first configuration. Okay. Top right corner is going to be red. It cannot be 4, 5, 6.
Nine, 8, or 7.
Why can't it be 9?
It's on the bulb of the thermo.
Oh, right.
Now, it could be 7 if we did it here, and then this one would shift down. This one would shift up and over, and this one would shift down and to the left. Those are my 4 alternates.
Yeah. And blue cannot
4,
be
5,
4, 5,
6,
6, 7.
2.
It
Why
could be
can't it
7.
be 7?
It could be 7. It just can't be 8 or 9.
And it can't be 1.
So then red could not be 3. Oh, yes, it can. It can go to 7. Never mind.
Because in the first configuration, this cell ends up being here. So it'd be there, purple, and purple.
So it can't be 7. Because purple in box 3 can't be 7.
Maybe I should make these superscript.
Yeah.
Because in purple,
Right.
you take out 4, 6, 7, 1, 8, and 9, and now it's 2, 3, or 5. Checker. Oh, apparently red can't be 2 because of the 2 down here.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to take off blue for a second. And I'm going to make blue those, and yellow these. And then the superscript versions, I'm just going to make them the same color, but I'm going to make them have a white flash.
Okay.
This is purple. Something doesn't seem right. This isn't purple. That one's purple. 1, 2, 3.
There's a yellow that's wrong.
Yep. This yellow goes there. So that one's purple. That one's purple. That one's purple. That one's purple.
Yellow can't be 1, 2, 6, 8, or 9.
Let me get rid of everything that has a white flash. Red. Blue.
Yellow. The blue in box 8 doesn't. Yeah, it does. Never mind. But where's its red? There
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, I did that in the most confusing way possible. Alright, let's just focus on the one at a time, because trying to do them 2 at a time is too hard.
Insane. Yellow.
Has to be minimum 3. And then it can't be 6 or 8. And it can't be 9. 4 is out. 8 is out. Okay. If red was 3,
Purple
we would
have
go
to be 5.
3, 5, 7, 9. But if we made red 1, you still have 1, 2, 3, and 5. So they have all of their freedom. Okay. And the other option is if we put red here, and then purple over 4, blue down 4, yellow, the bottom right corner. And now we start blue. You cannot be 2, 3, or 4. Then red we've already determined to be 3 or 7.
Right.
I think we're fine to... But I want to just double check. Because it cannot be 8 or 9. It can't be 1. It sees 2 and 4, 5 and 6. Okay. Purple. Minimum 3. And it can't be a 9. 4 and 6 it sees, 7 and 8 it sees. And since the one before it's minimum 3, it can't be a 3. And now the one before it can't be a 7. And now the one before that can't be 5 or 6. So yellow is minimum 6. Can't be 6 or 8.
All right, go one to the right of red.
Orange.
Okay, it can't be 4, 5, 6.
We're in superscript mode. 176354.
It didn't eliminate as much as I was hoping.
Go one below red. Call it green. 574213.
And down one more. It can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4 because it sees all those. And 5.
Red, yellow, blue, orange, purple, green, so black. 574123. Did you say 6, 8, or 9?
I missed this that it couldn't be 7, but I forgot the 7 on the. I knew it couldn't be 1 through 5.
Yeah.
But I missed the 7. So green and black are both 6, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we go to the right of orange.
Sure.
Let's make this gray. 4 and 6, 3 and 5, 1 and 7.
8, 9. That's the same as orange.
So let's go right below purple. Make this one silver. 5, 8, 6, 7, 1, 3.
All right, if you go down one more, just go to the second rank of colors.
Brown.
Sure.
5 and 7, 6 and 8, 1 and 3. Left yellow. Dark purple. Not right next to light purple. I'm going to say red flash.
Okay.
5, 2, 3, 1, 7, 8, 469.
Well, and in row 5, there's 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah. Although that only impacts the superscript.
Right, yeah. No, I know.
2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 9. Right, well, let's go with the last one and make this one blue flash. Let's make this one red flash, and then this one blue flash. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 2. 4, 6, 9. Except where does red flash go in the center box?
Nowhere.
Although red flash has to have a duplicate.
Right.
Because I have to have at least 3 duplicates.
Right.
So red flash isn't required. So that's not how it's supposed to go. Okay. Because what do we know about the center? It's not 1, 3, 5. But that's it. Although, I think there's something we probably should have considered before. And that is that if we look across the first row and the last row, the first row and last row line up in row 5.
Right.
And that is going to be true regardless of the orientation. And column 1, or the first column and the last column, are going to line up. So, whatever is in the middle square
Is not in
any
right of the
these
donuts.
So maybe
All right. Red. I was just looking to see what is not in both row 5 and column 5. Green is in the column, but not in the row. So green is going to be one that's duplicated in. It's not blue or red. Are blue and red the only things that are actually duplicated? Purple is in both the row and the column. Yellow's in both row and column. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind.
Because we need green to be one of
Right.
these four. Or no, one of these four. And it just can't be blue.
But it can't be yellow.
Column. Right. Because green can't be yellow. So green is one of these two.
6, 8, 9. Brown. Brown is the other. Brown is in the column, but not the row.
Although I guess I missed the fact. No, because we know that green and purple aren't the same. So green can't be any of these, because this box says it's not. And then this one says it's not that one. And then
Right.
that and that say it's not blue. Not there, not blue.
Column 5 says yellow is not
Yellow.
green.
So yeah, green is those two. And then
Okay, well, what does brown?
brown isn't any of these three. It's not blue. It's not the center. It's not
Not
purple.
purple.
Not gray. And not red. So brown is just simply orange.
So does then. And orange was 289, brown was 249. So yeah, okay.
Does that mean green could have been narrowed down more? So we know green isn't red, orange, or gray. It's not purple.
It's
not
not
the
red
center.
flash. Column 2.
Red flash.
Oh, or box 4. And it's not yellow.
That's blue flash.
So it's 6 or 9. Nope, get you box 6 has an extra.
And can't be 8.
Can't be 4.
Okay, then
Red flash?
yeah. So if we look across the column. Yeah, because the column doesn't contain a red flash. So which of these could be a red flash? It's not the center.
Not yellow.
It's not yellow. It's not green.
Not red. Or blue. I'm looking at the row.
Blue, yeah.
Not purple or orange. So we need to find out. Oh, gray. Red flash and gray are in box 6.
Right. Although this is silver.
Gray at the bottom in box 8.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Oh, that's black.
So this one
Sorry, I thought it was gray.
is red flash, which... red flash, we just make silver.
And it's... Now, it can't be 2, and it can't be 6.
2, 4, 6. So we've got red and orange. Red and orange.
Does there have to be one more that's duplicated? Well, no.
Yeah, black needs to overlap with something, I think. Because right now the middle row doesn't have black in it.
Okay, yeah.
So black needs to be replaced. So what could it be in the middle row? It's not...
It's not red
middle.
or orange.
This one or that one. It's not green. It's not yellow. And it's not silver. It has to be gray.
Okay.
Now we make the center black. So we've got green, which is in 8 places. Gray, which is in 8 places.
All right.
Orange in 8
gray
places.
We need to
silver.
fix. Pull up gray.
No, that should be fine.
Well, it's 6, 8, 9 or 2, 8, 9.
Oh, right,
It can't be 6.
2 and 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that was the one we just did.
Oh, yeah. If yellow is 9, then black is 7.
If yellow is 7, one, 3, 5.
If yellow is 7, it just isn't 7.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. 8.
Either of those could be 8.
Right, because the center can be anything except 1, 3, and 5. Unless yellow is 9, and then black has to be 7.
Yeah.
Now, do we have to go through that whole bit with...
I mean, maybe? I mean, what's missing in box 8? Black for sure. This one ends up being red. Purple?
Yeah, black and purple.
And then up here...
Blue. It's
red.
not blue.
yellow.
Yeah.
These two are not red, not yellow, blue,
Blue.
and black. So if you look here, red, yellow, blue, orange, purple, black, purple, black, red,
Blue. Column 1.
red, yellow, or neither of these are yellow, blue, orange would be 2,
Okay, so we're now just at the in box 1 for column 1.
purple,
Silver and black. No, not purple.
oh right,
Silver and black. And row 3 has silver. Row 2 has silver.
so this is yellow, black, silver is 4.
Box 1, that's blue and purple.
The
The top
top's
one's
not
not
purple.
purple. Which
We
resolves
already
blue
knew
black in
was
box 2. Resolves what yellow black in 1.
yellow,
And red. Row 3, yeah.
just throw this in there. Red, yellow, blue, orange, purple,
Green and black.
green. This one's not blue. Neither of these two are green. This one must be. And then black and blue.
So green is now 6.
And these two are
Blue. Orange. Not orange. Green. No.
red,
Purple.
yellow, blue, purple. Purple. Purple is 5. Red, yellow, blue, green, purple,
Gray and black.
gray.
Then you skip to the 8.
It's not red.
Yep.
This one's not black. Top isn't gray. this
Well,
one.
purple can be placed in
Gray.
box 7. But you just made
Purple.
those 9.
Purple. 5. This is a red 3. Yellow and black. Yellow.
Yeah, 7 and 9.
Well, that appears to work. So why doesn't the other? Is the question. So
Okay, we know
red,
superscript works.
yellow, blue, green, and then it's going to go red, yellow, blue, green, and red, yellow, blue, green, red, yellow, blue, green, and then I want that one to be purple,
No.
it's there, and to the right of purple is orange, right of orange is silver, to the right of silver is gray, and we have black in the middle. And now I ask the question of where do these two go in this row? Because these two are those two. So let's take out black for a moment and mark these.
No. Yeah.
4 is black, and then with a white flash. So I want to know where they go in the middle row. They are not red. Because it's here, it doesn't see the top row.
Well, if you look at box 5, it sees red, orange, purple.
So
It's going to be
it's
silver.
gray, or right silver. And now we go right below silver. Black flash. Where is it here? It's not one of these 3. It's not in the middle. It's not red. It's not
yellow.
And it's not green.
So blue or gray?
And it's not gray.
Row, I was going to say row 4 sees.
So it's blue. And then underneath green, and it's not, wait. It's not,
Alright.
It's not here. It's not there. It's not in this box. And because it's here, it's not red. So it has to be one of these 3.
Column 5, it sees purple and silver.
So it's orange.
Looks like it.
And finally,
no.
Why am I having such difficulty with this? Okay. It's one of 2 options.
Right.
It's
not purple,
orange, red, the middle, or gray. It's not blue or
Not
green. And
yeah,
it's
so
not
it's
silver.
yellow.
Okay. And then we can fill in these. So, what color was this one? It's not
Well,
red.
if we look at the column,
Oh, it's green. So
oh
green
yeah.
isn't 2. Then we look at this one. And it's purple.
Purple.
Purple isn't 6. And then I ask this one, what color is this? It is red. 3, 4, 5, 7. Red is no longer 4.
Okay,
I ask
looking at the
this one.
thermo, since the minimum for purple is 5.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. It doesn't work that way. Never mind.
So we asked this one what color it is, and it is red. Just 1 or 3. And now, let's ask what these two are. Well, one of them has to be red. Red can't be 7, and it can't be that one.
So that's broken.
So that's why that's broken. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Box 9.
Apparently I missed 3 in it. Okay. I wish we'd checked the other one first, because then we wouldn't go back and do it, but I wish I'd noticed the color thing sooner, because if I had, I would have done that a lot sooner.
Yeah.
I need to stop resting my knees against my desk because it puts my legs to sleep all the time, and I pins and needles. You were about to say something, sorry.
I don't remember.
Donuts. I had Sudoku. 12 digits on the donut starting at the upper left corner and proceeding clockwise. 3, 2, 8, 5. 4, 2, 7. Is this the donut?
I think so. Or was it 7?
No. 7 then 6 would not work because it goes
Would
7.
not work. Yeah. 3,
Yeah.
2, 8,
3,
5.
2, 8, 5. Yeah. Copy. 3,
No.
2, 8, 5. Darn.
4, 2, 7.
Wait, hold on. Just gonna put this over here for a second. Spoilers. 3, 2, 8, 5. 4, 2, 7, 6, 4, 1, 8, 6. Did I do that right? Submit code.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. There we go. So that shows that I solved it, because there's my name right there.
Mm-hmm.
feel like it wasn't super hard. I feel like it's closer to average. We took some time because it had the two different possibilities, but I think once you sort of put them in, and if you think about the fact that the row and the column, or this group and this group line up and be four different digits,
Right.
and the fact that the same is true on the left and right, you get green there.
Well,
Yeah.
if we look at row 5, blue is to the right of the 9.
But it's like this thing here and that thing there, which limits the possibilities.
Well, we should have time to do one more.
Yeah. I wonder if there was a faster way of doing that, or a simpler way. But I'm gonna go with average on that one. Looks like most people have easy, with only 2 comments, which is weird. I don't think it's necessarily easy. I think it's not the most complicated, but not complicated and easy are different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alright. Last puzzle we're going to do today is going to be Year of the Dragon by Marushia Dark. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Adjacent digits on a colored line must differ by at least the amount written in the cell of the same color. For example, the 2 in row 9, column 3 indicates that adjacent digits on a blue line must differ by at least 2. The gray and purple lines must each form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. For clarity, there is one purple line, and the gray cell must be deduced. Additionally, there are 2 dancing dragons wandering the grid. Each dragon starts and ends at a red dot and forms a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in order. Dragons may move orthogonally or diagonally and may touch themselves or each other. Dragons may not branch across themselves or each other, nor enter cells marked by an X. Okay. I feel like that's a lot of rules, but I'll figure it out.
Well, green line
Yeah.
are 5.
Digits on a colored line must differ by at least the amount written in the cell.
Of the same color.
Gray and purple lines must form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits. There's
But then
one
why is
purple
there a
line.
purple 3? Oh, because consecutive digits.
Yeah. The gray cell must be deduced. And then 2 dancing dragons wandering the grid. Each dragon starts and ends at a red dot and forms a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in order. Dragons may move orthogonally or diagonally, may touch themselves or each other, and dragons may not branch across themselves or each other, nor enter cells marked by an X. I feel like there are a lot of rules just to get the fancy symbols here, but I guess let's start with our green line here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is green then. And, well, maybe I shouldn't have picked green. Let me swap it out for yellow.
Well, where does 5 go in box 9? It can't go on the green line, and it can't go along the bottom. It's one of those two. And the gray line is consecutive.
Gray and purple form a consecutive set together.
Right. Oh, together?
Wait, the gray and purple lines must each form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits. I hate the word each. Because it has like hyper-specific meaning applied to it, but I can never remember. And because, so my problem with the word each is I think because it swaps the plurality from talking about multiple things to talking about each item within the set, but as separate things. So I believe the gray, if I pull up the rules, I don't know if this is any larger, and I can't highlight in this set either, but the gray and purple lines must each form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. If we were to take out the word each, and it said the gray and purple lines must form sets of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order, I'm assuming they mean that they're two different sets of consecutive digits. And not how I read it initially, was that they combine to be one consecutive group. And I think it's because the word each messes with my brain. Or it could have been the gray and purple lines form two sets of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. I don't know. It just, for some reason.
Look at the blue line that's in column 3.
Yeah.
Blue separates. If we just look at the column.
Yeah.
For blue, they have to be 2 apart, at least.
Minimum.
Right, they don't have to be 2 apart. It's just minimum 2. Never mind.
Because otherwise, I think those would have to be the odd set, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But then whatever whatever this was, it would have to be 9 or 1 in order to do that in order. But since that's not how it works, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, okay, so the gray line goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the possible digits, where this one isn't a 5.
It can't go 3, 4, 5? And it can't make it to 8, 5, 6, 7.
I was a math tutor at one point in time. Tolrak hops in and says that purple covers 7 cells and gray covers 3 cells. So there would be a problem if it was a combined set. Hi, Tolrak. I hadn't counted yet, but that would have also helped clarify that mess. I don't know. Do you have the same problem with the word each that I do, and think it's confusing? And I guess, Mum, you didn't weigh in on whether or not the word each is confusing.
I didn't find it confusing. I saw the purple as one and the gray as a separate one.
Yeah.
It left the possibility of a third, but or more, but
well, if this is one consecutive set and there's 6 digits, Turok said, I saw the rule set and thought I'd skip this one. Too confusing for me. I do feel like there's a lot of stuff going on in this one. But yeah. Now, the consecutive set of at least 6. If we started at 1 and went to 6, that would include a 3. If we started at 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, we don't need a 3. So 3's not required on there. I was hoping to make that a 3 right there.
It's 7, not 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright.
So 3 has to be in box 2.
My brain is not working, apparently. And so those have to be at least 3 away, so 6, 7, 8, 9. And then these two are separated by at least 2, but that's not really that useful.
Now, if the 3 were to go to 6...
Okay.
Say we go 1 through 7.
Okay.
That's 6 and 7. That means all that's left have to be 1, 2, 4, and 5. Well, that wouldn't work because if you go 3 down from 7, maybe it would.
5 gets removed. If I make this 1, it's the least restrictive over here.
Oh, that would work.
This would have to be a 4.
That's a 4. The one below it, above it's a 2, and below it's a 5. Yeah, that would work. Never mind.
these ones are 1, 2, or 8, 9. Well, it's not that helpful. I guess one thing we could consider is the 4-cell whisper, or the orange line, which differs by 4. So the only way it essentially works the same as the green line, which the green line alternates between high and low. Which I guess I should have mentioned why that works. Is because if you start with 1 and you have to be at least 5 away, that gets you to 6. And if you did 9, 5 away from 9 is 4. So if you start with 1, 2, 3, or 4, then you're immediately onto the other side, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you could never use a 5, because 5 minus 5 is 0, and 5 plus 5 is 10, which is also not representable in Sudoku. So we can't ever have a 5, and if you start on one side of the 5, you have to end up on the other. So it alternates. Now, with a difference of 4, I have to alternate between high and low, except if I do 1 and 5. Now, if I did a 5, that just sort of gives me an extra step to the next one, because of the way everything is oriented. Like, the only exception to that is I could put a 5 here, and then do 1, 1, and 9. But even then, that's still on the longer run, keeps it mostly alternating, except for the fact that I could have a 5 on it. So, I mean, I have to have a 2 over here. That must go on what could be called a Dutch whisper.
Well, 1 and 2 are going to have to go on the column 1 on the Dutch whisper. There's just no way of avoiding it.
Right.
Because there's 3 and 4 already in the column.
Yeah. And so these two, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, where could I even put 1 and 2?
Well, you can't put 2 in box 7.
Oh, well, 2's going to end up here on this group. And since there's 7,
And it
3,
has to
4,
have 2 on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 9 gets removed.
And 2 can't go to 8 on the, if it's, because 8 would have to go, never mind. My brain's not working apparently either.
Yeah. So now, where can I put 1 and 2 in this group? Because if this was high, I could put a 5, and then I could put a low. And then I'd have to do high and then low. So that would be 1, 2. Could I do low 5, high, low, high? Can I avoid a 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that would be blue, blue, and 1, 2, 3.
Well, 2 would have to be in box 4.
Yeah.
Which would be... Okay, in box 1, the 4 has to go on the purple. We know that.
4 could go here. Oh, wait, no, we knew it had to be in here. Yeah, because this is...
Yeah.
1,
So
2,
9 is either...
7, 8, 9. No, 7's required.
Yeah, 2 has to be on there. There can't be 2 there.
Okay.
2 has to be on there. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 have to be on there, and 8. No.
It could still be 1 through 7.
Through 7.
Yeah. So it's either 2 through 8 or 1 through 7. Which means that this one can't be... I mean, this one had to be the same as the top right one, 1, 8, or 9.
Right.
And now the connection between these two because these two aren't. So if this was a 1, oh, but it's minimum 2 away.
Right. Yeah, I did that earlier. And you reminded me, no, it's minimum.
Yeah. So it's not even that helpful. Okay, well, we know that this is pretty high, and that one's pretty high. So, what could this one be? We know it's not a 9, and we know it's not a 3. If it was a 7, a round 7 would have to be, well, no, let's start with 8.
Lower.
8 minus 3 is 5. Well, to the right wouldn't work. So 8's out. 7 is, like, as you just said, 4 or lower, so both the right and the left are out. So a 6. Plus 3 is 9, and minus 3, so that to the right is out. A 5 would put an 8 on both sides, so this has to be 1, 2, or 4. And I think the same is true of this one. We know it's not a 9. We know it's not a 3. And if it was a 5, 5 is allowed up here, because that would make that an 8. And I think I can put a 5 here as well.
Yeah.
Because it only has one neighbor. Now, if I did a 4, those would be 7, 8. A 6. And 1, 9. So this would be 2 and 5. So whichever one was the 8 would be next to the 5. Oh, but we have to have a 5 as one of those 3. So either this is a 5, and that's an 8. That's a 5, or that's an 8. If this was a 5...
Those would have to both be...
1 and 2.
No, they'd be a 1, 2. And then it would be
but then
4
you'd have
above.
8, 9. And you'd still have 6, 7.
Right.
And the 4 can have 7 or 8. But this isn't a 6 regardless?
If that's a 6, that's a 1, 2 pair.
Yeah. And that would have to be 4. But then my 5 would be gone. So 6 is out. 7... Well, it just takes 5 out of that one.
Yeah.
A 6 would be a 1, 2 pair, and a 4, and suddenly I have no 5. So this isn't 6 either. And that is. How did that become orange?
All right. So going to the left of that 6, the 5 is out.
Right. So a 5 here makes a 1, 2 pair. And a 4. And a 7. But a 5 here makes an 8. And a 1, 9. So this isn't an 8 regardless, because if this is a 5, it's 1, 2 pair and a 4. And a 7, because the 8 wouldn't fit. And if this is the 5, then that's an 8. So that can't be an 8. If this is a 5, you get a 1, 2 pair and a 4. If this is a 5, then you get a 2, 4 pair. Seven and 8. Ah, but you wouldn't get 1 or 2 here. Because if this is a 5, that's 1, 2. And if this is a 5, well, it can't be 1, 2 either. So 5 makes 1, 2, and 4, or 5 here makes 2, 4. And then it doesn't matter after that, because a 7 here still allows 4 in either position.
Right.
Okay, well, if this is a consecutive set, how far apart can they be? I think it has to be 1. Because you either have them in order, which means their difference is 1, so that's not allowed, or if they're out of order and it goes 1, 3, 2, well, whichever one is the middle digit still has to be 1 away from the higher or lower digit. Right? So this is a 1 regardless, and from the very beginning. So that isn't a 1.
Oh, right. The gray cell has to be right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So on the gray line,
Yeah.
which is if 5, we know one of those two has to be 5. If the one on the right is 5, then the center digit is going to be either 4 or 6.
No, because it could go 5, 3, and then a 4,
But they have to
or
be one
5, 7,
apart.
6 minimum again.
Oh, minimum. I keep forgetting that minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. Are both of the dragons 9 cells, or is it just...
I don't think it says.
It doesn't.
Additionally, there are 2 dancing dragons wandering the grid. Each dragon starts and ends at a red dot and forms a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in order.
Hey, the one on the left that's in column 1, that dot,
Yeah.
takes 9 to get to the other end, no matter what.
You can move diagonally. 1, 2,
Oh, right.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, never mind. I forgot the diagonally. I'm so used to like snakes and all being only able to move orthogonally.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And of course, this one could just be like, doot, done.
Right.
Although it couldn't do that. It could do that though. And of course, they're not allowed to touch the X. But it could go there, and then there, and then there, and then there, and then there.
Right. They just can't cross themselves or each other.
Yeah. But it could go doot, 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 doot. Or it could go doot, 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 doot. I think that's 9. Yeah, that's 9. Except that wouldn't work there, but it could do something stupid. Or silly, or whatever. Running low on time.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Of course, the other thing is that could be it on that dragon, and then this one just goes around. Be there. I guess the weird part of this one is that this dragon has to go in one of those two directions. Let's not do red. Let's do blue. Let's do yellow. Doesn't stand out. Green? Because it can't go in the orthogonal directions, because if it did, it wouldn't be allowed to be in order.
Right.
So, I mean, let's say that these two are consecutive. I mean, I guess them being consecutive isn't that important. I mean, it means that this one can't be a 5. So that would make that one a 9. Although it would only be if those two were the consecutive ones. My brain hurts. 1 was on orange in column 1. I think you concluded that before, so it can't be row 3, column 1. That is true. We did conclude that earlier.
Right.
So this is 7, this is 4, this is 5, and these are a 1-2 pair. So now this could be a 2 that connects to a 3, and then has a 7, or an 8, or a 9. But this 5 does tell us that this has to be 2 and 1. 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I can no longer have a 5 that sort of
Right.
pushes the low digits apart. Or in weird places. They have to go there now.
5 in box 4 cannot go in the center column. But because yes, it
9.
can come off the 9. Never mind.
Yeah. This one has to be 6, 7, 8, 9. Now these ones are, well, they have to be a 3-5 pair. Because of the high digits.
Right.
And then 1, 2, and 4 appear. So, well, 3 pushes that up to 7. We know 9 has to be one of these two, so this is an 8. And now that's a 7, 9. So that's 6 or 8. That one's 9. This one isn't. This one's just 6.
Okay, so
Um,
is all right, do it your way. That works.
this 6 has to go there.
Well, and the rest of column 3 would be 3 and 5.
Right, 3, 5, 3, 5,
7, 8, 9. But that's not helpful because the blue line works with all of that.
yeah,
No, but 4 can't be at the top of that. Can't be on the
because
orange.
it has to be,
At least 4.
yeah.
So 5 would be 1, 3 would be 8.
Okay, that was sudden progress that we should have had. Oh, this 5 right here gives us 3, 5. 3 can't be next to 4 because of the consecutiveness, the
5,
anti-consecutive.
yeah, never mind. I was going to say 5 can't be. But yes, it can. All right.
6 is required now because we just took off 3.
Right. Okay, going from the top right corner of box 8, 4 goes to 9. 8 no longer works in the purples.
Right.
Okay. The 2 if we call that the 2 has to go to a 3, has to go to a 4, has to go to a 5. So
Could I put 5 in either of these two?
5 has to go in one of those two because it can't go to the X.
Yeah, but it could loop around like this.
Oh, right. 2, 3, 4, 5. But it has to get up to one of
6,
the
7,
circles.
or 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Yeah, that would work. What are blue lines? Separated by at least 2.
Anti-consecutive.
Right.
Two, 6, and 4. Not a 1, not a 5. I don't know if that's helpful or not. Well, maybe it's more helpful here. 5, 7, 3. Neither of those is 1.
Ah, but the center, no, never mind. I was thinking German Whisper, and that doesn't.
Yeah.
And 6 can be 1 and 2. That still works. No, actually, 6 couldn't go in the middle there because 1 and 2 would break the 1, 2 over.
Oh, yeah. You
And
know that
6
this...
can't be on the circle in box 2 because it's on a German whisper and it can't have 1 on either side of it. And it can't be a 4 for the same reason. Box 2? Yeah.
Right.
Can't be 4 or
6.
6.
Two, 3, 7, 8, 9. 8 and 1 are out. Can't be a 7, that would be a 1-2 pair. 2, 3, 4. But this isn't 1 or 2. That wouldn't be able to be a 3. This couldn't be a 4, so this would have to be a 3. So that would be an 8. And then 7, 8, 9, not 8. But this couldn't be a 2 because the 2 that has to be next to the 1.
Yeah.
So 7's no longer allowed. And now I don't have enough room because the 3 would force 8 and 9 on either side of it.
Right.
So this has to be, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is out because of the gray one. 2 is out because it's a dragon that has to be consecutive. And then 3 is out because it can't be 8, 9. And 4 is out because of paired 9s. So this must be high digits. 6 and 8 are out because they're over there. And the 7 would put 1 and 2 on either side, breaking that. So this is a 9, that is an 8, that is a 3. 1 and 8.
Well, and reds and blues can get rid of the wrong stuff.
2, 1, 3. 9, 4. 9, 6, 3, 4, not a 4. 7, 8, 9 triple. I guess there's a 6, so 4. 6, 7, 8.
Sorry. Okay. Row 2, the orange line. The center can't be a 4 because you have to go up by 4. That'd make them both. Oh, it'd be an 8, 9 pair.
Yeah.
Darn.
Apparently that's a 2.
But since the middle's a 2 or 4, the right can't be 2 or 4. Which places the 2. Resolves the 1, 2 in box 1.
One, 2. First try. 5, 3.
7, 8 pair in column 6.
Three can't be next to 7.
The orange line in row. Yeah.
And 8 minus 4 is 4. So that can't be a 5. That's 3. 3.
Can't be 5 or 7. Oh, it
It
can
could
be
be 7.
7. Do. I can add.
7, 9, 1. Neither of those is 1, so that is. And 5, I think. 6, 8, and 4. 1, 2. And the only 3
3.
that's next to this 2 is there. 7.
Oh,
Pair,
the
doesn't matter.
9 circle in box 3 has to go to an 8, which will have to go to a
And it can't
7.
cross.
Right, it can't cross. And we'll have to go to a 7. Oh, it could go to either one of those two sides.
I think it has to be this one, though, because if it went here, it would have to go to a 6 next.
Right. And then how do we get to... Well, because, yeah, 7 to the right would be 6 and up would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would be okay.
Okay. You can go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 anyway.
But I'm pretty sure it's going to have to be that 4, and the 5 is going to be between the 3 and the 4.
5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 8, 9, 8. 5, 7,
Because it's
and
going to have to
1.
get to 9, and it can't cross to get to the one that's in box 2.
Yeah,
Otherwise, the other one would cross it. So the only way is going to be down from the 3 up to the right to the 4, down for 5. Otherwise, you have to cross itself.
yeah. 5. 6,
So either one of those is 6.
7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
But either way, the 7 in column 8 has to be one of those two. So
2, 4, 7. Except not a 7. 1, 3, 6, 7. It can't be a 5.
column 7 needs 4, 5, 6, 7, and the bottom sees a 4, 5, and that makes a 6, 7 pair.
4, 5.
One of those in box 8 has to be a 2 in row 7.
1. 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's not a 3. That has to be. 6, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 4 or 5. 1, 3, 8, and it can't be 4 or 5. It can't be a 7,
Right.
and it can't be a 6. 1, 3, 5, and 8.
Crap.
Huh?
The dragon at the top, that 4 is on an X.
Oh,
I just realized that. So that totally negates a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't see the 4 under the X there for
okay. I think the 4 is required.
yeah. And since 4
Okay.
is required, it can't go to the X. So it has to go down. But it could go right or left, or straight or oh no, it can't go under the 4. Never mind.
5, 6, 7, 8.
But you can't do 6 on the end of that orange. There's a 6 in row 5.
4, 5,
Unless that
6.
okay. That would work.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Never mind. It's not a 6-7 pair. It's 6-7-8.
5. Well, the 8 has to be next to the 9, so that's not 8.
But the 8's going to have to come from the 7.
Right. So if that was 8, then it would have to connect to a 7, but there's no 7s next to it. So that can't be it. It has to be that one. 6, 7, 8. 4, not 8. 3. So 8. 7's one of those two. And then it could be that 6, could be that 5, could be that 4. Oh, 5 and 9's there, so now 5 can't be one of those two, so this 4 has to go here.
Has to go to
Because
6.
neither of those can be 5. Has to go to 6. And if we went to that 7, it wouldn't have an 8. So it has to go to 7 to 8.
Right.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
9. Oh, the 9 is down there.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, not a 5, not a 5. And those aren't consecutive, so it doesn't matter. This is definitely a very chaotic grid.
Yeah.
2, 7, 8, 9. Where that one's the 2, that's an 8. 1 and 9.
1.
3,
3,
5.
6, and 8.
Okay, that was a pretty tough puzzle.
Yeah.
Did I put? I did put it in the grid, or in the chat. Well done. This was too much for me, says Tolrak.
You did help.
I did, or yes, Tolrak did help. And I appreciate that help because the one that we had already solved over here, and
Totally overlooked.
yeah, the yeah.
Well, at least that
And you said the
4
5's
with
about
the
the same
X
type
on
of
it
stuff.
was that X that the 4 was on top of in box 3. At least it didn't go longer before that was noticed. Before I noticed.
Yeah.
No, it goes to the 4, and it's like, "Oh, crap, there's an X under that."
This is not the right year of the dragon, so does not seem to be on Masters Germany. And I am tired.
Yeah, it's 20 after. I still have to shower because I didn't shower when I got home. I've eaten, but I haven't showered, and lunch and everything is ready for tomorrow, but except for my shower.
All right.
Because I would have to get up even earlier to shower in the morning.
All right. Well, with that, that is all of the puzzles we're going to do today because it is after our bedtime. Thank you to Torak and everyone else who watched. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that other fancy YouTube engagement stuff. Oh, I'm dropping frames. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna hit the end. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Pay attention to the thingies if you want to see other content. I'll put them on YouTube. If you're not sure how YouTube works, then other streams end where I tell you when stuff is.
Is it already a little late for that?
I mean, I say it at the end, so it's already kind of late anyway. But I mean, I haven't muted, so everyone can hear this stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute now. All right, goodbye.